Hello, my name is Madison Rojas. I am a current senior at the Green Hills School in Addison, Texas, and next year I will be studying English and political science at the School of Liberal Arts at the University of Texas at Austin. Instead of a traditional introduction, our Teenage Action Communication Theater coordinator, Brianda, began the first summer training session with an alarming fact. According to the National Public Radio, 58.3% of schools in Texas have an abstinence only approach to sex education, with 16.6% teaching no sex education at all. For the next 2 years, this disturbing piece of information became my motivation before leading every group performance, workshop, or informational Zoom session aimed at increasing credibility, accessibility, and awareness over topics such as sex education, healthy relationships, and mental health. After performing a skit about domestic violence in a local foster home, an audience member asked a question about possible resources to report instances of partner abuse. I began by explaining how they could turn to a trusted adult, maybe a counselor, but was interrupted by a different audience member. They got up in front of the crowd and asked, "What if I don't trust any grown-ups?" In that moment, I realized how crucial our program, as well as others in the area, were in providing external resources to minors relying on themselves for necessities. Growing up in a Mexican household and community, I witnessed the detrimental effects of non-existent sexual education, as well as the fears surrounding increasingly stringent abortion legislation. Religious beliefs in my extended family made the words abortion and contraceptives seem more like obscenities than medical procedures. All this despite two of my cousins becoming mothers before the age of 18. Being able to provide a safe space for Black and brown women to ask questions about their relationships without feeling shame allowed for in-depth educational discourse, ultimately resulting in a reduced teen pregnancy rate and STI transmission rate in the immediate DFW area. Over the past couple of years, Texas has become a battleground state for anything having to do with reproductive health or wellness. Most recently, a new law went into effect in Texas on September 1st of last year that bans abortions at around 6 weeks of pregnancy, before many people even know that they're pregnant. Also known as SB 8, this bill allows for people across the country to sue anyone who helps someone get an abortion after 6 weeks in Texas, including doctors, partners, friends, family members, or abortion fund volunteers. It offers a $10,000 minimum reward for every successful lawsuit. SB 8 is the harshest, most extreme abortion restriction in the country, and it's the first 6-week ban that has been allowed to take effect. Laws such as SB 8 are only the beginning. Despite being constantly bombarded with new restricting bills making their way not only through the Texas legislature, but through other state and federal legislatures, I see those lawyers making a difference in whatever way they can, using the law as a vehicle for positive change, filing injunctions, arguing before the Supreme Court. The world needs more Latinas in the courtroom to help women like my cousins, those scared to do what's necessary for themselves and the security of their future due to media fear-mongering, to fairly represent Black and brown women in places where the system is designed to keep them from any form of upward social mobility, to alert people of their rights, and to make sure that no one takes them away. I will use my love for narratives of stories, since I will be studying both English and political science at the University of Texas at Austin, to move juries and judges. I know that my role as an attorney will be to serve those underserved, yet most impacted by these unconstitutional restrictions. Thank you for your consideration.